Hello everyone and welcome back to Wild Bloom Tarot. My name is Becca and I'd like to welcome you to today's reading where we will be getting inspiration and guidance for the week that's coming up, which starts the 21st of September. So we're going to get lots of different messages today on ways to motivate, inspire and guide you for your upcoming week. And I have 3 different piles for you to choose from. So what I'd like you to do in order to choose your pile intuitively is take a nice big deep breath in and ask yourself out loud or in your head, what do I need to know this week? What guidance do I need this week? What messages do I need to hear? So the piles are as followed. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. You can choose your pile by whichever picture you resonate with, whichever word you resonate with, or by the numbers, but make sure you choose whichever one you feel the most drawn to. If you do feel that you need a bit more time, feel free to pause the video now to spend a bit more time intuitively picking your pile. And if you feel called to more than one group, tune into as many readings as you feel called to. Please remember that these aren't general readings, which means there'll be lots of different messages for different people. I'm very excited to get into the readings. You'll be able to find your timestamp in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I look forward to seeing you when we get to your pile. Hello group number 1 and welcome to your reading for the week ahead. So you chose the card Openness. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of kind of astrology vibes I'm getting from the picture here, and the moon, and just this word openness is very interesting. So I'd be really interested to know why you felt drawn to this card. But I can see from the messages from the cards in front of us that you've got quite a interesting week coming up, group 1. So let's get into your reading and see what the cards have to say. So one of the things that I can see in the cards here is from this 7 of Swords, I can see, especially linking to the fact that you chose the card Openness, I can see that at the moment you might be feeling a bit closed off. You might be purposefully closing yourself off from the people around you. I feel as though there's something that you're dealing with at the moment that you're perhaps a bit worried to share, or it's one of those things that you think it'll be better if I get through it alone rather than kind of sharing the problem. And I can see that this is actually being quite a burden on your mind. It's taking up quite a lot of space, and it might be affecting your mental health. You know, it might be actually causing you to feel down and like causing you to feel almost like weighed down. I can see almost like you're carrying this burden, and you know, it's all kind of you wanting to protect yourself, you know, keep yourself safe and keep others safe, whereas really you're actually just taking on too much, taking on this burden when you could just be being open and honest. And I can really see that this week you are definitely being called to share and to open up about this thing that you're trying to kind of manage on your own, but realistically it's just causing you mental and physical pain. It's causing you to feel burnt out. It's causing your brain to be clogged up and you can't think clearly. And I can definitely see in the 2 of Cups here that you are being called to share this load with someone who you're close to. So that could be a romantic partner if you're in a relationship, or it could be a close friend, a family member. But I can definitely see this idea of you coming together with someone and kind of unloading this this burden, this deception that you've been carrying that you're okay, when really you're actually struggling. And I can see that you're the type of person who is always the one who's there for other people. Whereas really what you need to do is understand that it's okay. You don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to be okay all the time. And I can definitely see in this 2 of Cups that you are being called to open up emotionally. Open up your mind. What's going on in that head of yours? Why are you holding back this information? Why are you leading people to believe a different side of the story about how you're feeling, how you're really feeling? And I can definitely see that you're going to benefit so much this week from opening up, you know, openness. You chose this card for a reason, group 1. Are you kind of closing your friends off? Are you shutting people out right now? Openness is such a powerful tool. I mean, like, I can really see in this imagery here, I'm kind of getting the idea that, like, under the light of the moon, everything kind of shows up. It's almost like you're in darkness. You're kind of trying to blanket everything out, whereas really you need to illuminate this one thing, this one problem in the darkness. And by sharing it with someone who's close to you, you're going to open it up and lift that burden off you, lift that weight off you. Now, for some of you, I can see that this person you're going to share this with has very strong masculine energy. So it might be a father figure, or it might be, it doesn't have to be a man necessarily, but it might be someone who, like, from your perspective, has a lot of clarity, a lot of strength, and a lot of control. They're the type of person you go to when you need money kind of advice. Or this person might be coming into your life. But I can see for some of you that definitely this person has this strong masculine energy and makes you feel safe, makes you feel secure. They're the person you would normally go to when you're worried about something financially, because you know that they always have the right answer. They're stable, they're secure. But on the other hand, I can also see that for some of you, you need to embody this idea of financial security this week. So in the Two of Pentacles, I can see that some of you have been worrying about your finances, perhaps worrying about saving for a home, worrying about saving for the future, and you're really struggling to kind of balance your finances at the moment. You're struggling to save and while still kind of living your best life. And it might be that this is what you're hiding. This might be the source of your worries. This might be where you're kind of saying yes to all these things you're being invited to. All your friends are like, let's go to the pub, let's go to a restaurant, let's go here, let's go on holiday. And you just keep saying yes and leading your friends to think that you are secure, when really this is a big worry of yours. And for some of you, definitely make sure that you spend some time this week planning and actually looking at your finances. Stop just using your card contactless and not actually thinking about how much you're spending. This could be calling you to speak to someone who you know is financially stable, get some advice, you know, do some research, but also embody this King of Pentacles, embody this idea of security and stability. You know, plan for your future, plan for your financial future, your home, you know, what is going to make you feel safe and secure. And, you know, leading on to that, I can definitely see that in this card here, full moon in Taurus, and if you are a Taurus, this might resonate with you even further. But your dreams need a practical plan. And I can definitely see in the King of Pentacles and in this Two of Pentacles that you are being called to put more time into planning for your future. Put more time into ensuring that you do have this stable and secure attitude moving forward. You're kind of juggling all sorts of worries at the moment. You're leading people to believe that you're, you know, coping when actually you're struggling. And one of the things that you might be struggling with is your finances, is your career. Perhaps it's not even about finances for you. Perhaps it's about your time. You're spending too much time on your work. You're struggling with work-life balance. But I can definitely see for some of you that the balance is out of kilter at the moment, and you're not thinking practically. You're not planning. You're not looking beyond kind of tomorrow. You just keep saying yes, yes, yes. I'm just going to do what I need to do right now. And of course, definitely living in the moment is so important sometimes, because it gives us that opportunity to, you know, live freely and be happy and enjoy each second. But if you have a dream to buy your own house, if you have a dream job, if you want to set up a business, that this card is reminding you that your dreams need a practical plan. You know, you can't just expect things to happen overnight. You can't just keep, you know, going along, making it out like you're completely fine, when actually you need support. It almost is like you need to start being open with not just yourself, but with others. Be open about your situation. Open about your fears, your worries, and reach out to people. Reach out to people who will support you. There are people in your life, and this could be a strong figure of who has that security, or just someone you're close to that makes you feel safe. And they're going to help you with this planning. They're going to help you manifest this future that you have been dreaming of. And I can see that you definitely have, strong aspirations for the future. You have this goal, this dream of what you want to achieve. But so long as you're living in this illusion of pretending to be someone you're not, pretending to tell everyone like you're fine, like you don't need any help, this card is calling you to reach out this week. Reach out for emotional support. Reach out about your mental health. Reach out about your finances. Reach out about what this juggle in your life is. What are you juggling right now that actually you're struggling with? There's something that, isn't letting you live your full potential. And this week I can really see you're being called to make sure that you reach out to someone in your life who's going to they might, give you kind of a hard talk of actually you shouldn't have done this. But all I can see is love, it's coming from a place of love. It's going to support you, and it's going to make you feel so much better. And then finally, in your self-care card here, I can see that you, amongst all this busyness, everything that's been happening in the last few weeks, one thing that's kind of gone to the back of your mind is this idea of looking after yourself. You're so busy running about and trying to please other people. And, I can definitely see in this Seven of Swords that, you are saying all these things because you want to make other people happy. You don't want to say no. You don't want to keep saying no. But on top of that, make sure you are looking after yourself. And make sure you are hydrating. You can't give your full potential to something if your glass is half empty. Make sure you are nourishing yourself. You're like a plant. You need to be watered. Nourish yourself and your insides, and that will project out in the way that you live, in the way that you exist, in the way that you talk to others. If you are taking care of yourself, if you're making active choices to take care of yourself, then it will show in your everyday life. And if you do need more help, I can definitely see that this week you are being called to ask for it. So, group number 1, this is the reading that I received for you. Please do reach out to someone this week if you feel that you need support. And please do let me know in the comments down below what resonated with you. And thank you for tuning into this video. I really hope that it's given you the guidance that you need going into the next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with anyone else who you think might enjoy it. And I look forward to seeing you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 2, and welcome to your reading for the week ahead. So you chose the card Thriving. Love this. I love that either you are currently thriving, or you want to be in a position where you are thriving. I love that. Or you might have chosen it for this beautiful imagery, the giraffe, the colours, this sunlight. This is a very powerful card, a very transformative card. And I can see from your reading here as well that we've got a very transformative week ahead too, which is really, really exciting. So I'm going to begin with a very, very clear love message which has come through in the cards for you today, group number 2. So if you are, this works for you if you are single or if you are in a relationship, but obviously you have drawn the lovers today. So if you are single, this card could represent that you will be meeting someone this week. And this card was actually pulled with the Knight of Cups, which shows me that this person that you will be meeting this week, this love interest who you will be engaging with, is going to be this kind of dreamboat knight in armor type of person. It's almost like over the past few weeks you've been manifesting, you've been, thinking, when am I going to meet the person I want to meet? And it's going to come very quickly. Knights come very quickly. They're just in your life without even realizing it. It's all about action and fast pace, and I can see that this knight is going to come into your life almost suddenly and in a place where you don't expect them to. But as I said, these are romantic, they are charming. This person is going to kind of sweep you off your feet almost, and I can really see that you are going to have this connection straight away. And this is really exciting if this is something you've been manifesting into your life. And if you are single and you're not interested in a relationship, don't worry, this message might not be for you. These are general readings. There are lots of different messages of different people. But there are definitely some people watching this video who are going to meet someone this week. Someone who they really connect with. Someone who wants to woo them, who wants to charm them. You know, they're going to be a bit of a romantic. And I can definitely see that. That's kind of what you've been longing for. You've been dreaming about meeting someone who ticks all the boxes, you know, makes you feel loved and like makes you want to love back. You know, maybe you've kind of been putting up this wall, maybe you've been thriving in your single life, maybe you're like, I don't need no one, but I can definitely see you're going to meet someone and have a connection with them, and they are going to come into your life unexpectedly. So think about situations where you might not normally meet someone, and it's definitely going to be at that point where you know how when you get ready for a night out, you're like, oh, I can meet someone. It's not going to be that. It's going to be when you least expect it. And I can definitely see in the full moon and Aquarius card here as well that this situation where you're going to meet this person is the opportunity for them to really kind of see the real you from the get-go. You know, it's so easy to kind of build up this illusion of the type of person we want to be seen as. And I can really see, you know, in this thriving card that this person's going to see you thriving as the real you. You know, you have such beautiful skills, talents and qualities. And you shouldn't be masking those over what you masking those under even what you think the world wants to see. The world wants to see the real you. This person you're going to meet isn't going to fall in love with some, you know, constructed fantasy of who you want to be, but they want to see the real you. That's who you're meant to be. And in the Lovers card as well, I can definitely see that this is going to be a very open and loving connection, and you know, that's really beautiful. And as well as that, you know, if you are in a relationship, this message is definitely also for you. I can see that maybe recently you felt a little bit disconnected, or in your relationship, you know, you kind of are looking for a way to kind of spice it up a little bit. You know, how can you make your relationship thrive? How can you make it the best it can be at the moment? So first of all, the fact that we have got the Lovers card shows me that if you are in a relationship this week, you're going to definitely have some excitement coming your way romantically. Take that however you want to read it, but yeah, definitely some romantic spark this week, you know, perhaps that you've been looking for. But I can also see in this Knight of Cups that perhaps you are going to kind of embody this romantic, charming energy this week. You know, plan a date night, plan to go out and do something, sweep your partner off their feet. And, you know, I can also see that you really do need to kind of communicate this week about what it is that's going to make you feel charmed. You know, when you've been in a relationship for many years, you kind of get used to your little routine, and it's difficult to shake things up and spice things up a little bit. So in order to keep your relationship thriving, in order to keep you thriving and happy and excited, communicate with your partner this week about maybe like some things that you've wanted to try, some places you've wanted to go, date ideas, and embody this energy of emotional connection, romantic charm, and really kind of trying to sweep each other off their feet. You know, go in with the passionate, you know, energy-filled action of the night and be like, yeah, like I know we've been together 10 years, but I'm still going to put in the time to woo you. I'm still going to make you feel special, because, you know, everyone deserves to feel special regardless of how long you've been with someone. And I can definitely see that your communication, if you're in a relationship this week, is going to be thriving. You know, your relationship's going to really build to a point where you're excited and happy, and that might have been something that you've been longing for over the coming weeks. So yeah, very, very excited about that love message there, regardless of if you're single or in a relationship. So that is kind of one part of the reading. Now, in the other part of the reading, you'll see this Six of Swords here. I can definitely see that this is going to be a very transformative week for you. So in the Six of Swords, I mean, the Six of Swords comes after the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is that conflict, that tension, that kind of upset in your life, that disruption. So I can see in the Six of Swords that this is going to be a very transformative week for you. After time of feeling a bit down, a bit stressed, you know, kind of dealing with something that's quite difficult, I can see that this week you're going to go through this transition where you really start to kind of look for what you want. And this ties back into this full moon in Aquarius, you know, really starting to realise that, is there any part of your life where you've been settling for less than you deserve? Is there any part of your life where you haven't been able to thrive? Haven't been able to live to your true potential, your truest self? So I can definitely see in this transformation that you're going to be going through this week, it's an opportunity for you to connect with your real self again. I can see this, you know, this might come through with a song that you hear. You might hear a song from the past that just connects you back with that person that you used to be. You might find that t-shirt in the back of your drawer and be like, I remember when I wore this and how great I felt. But I can definitely see that this transformation, while it will be difficult, because it might have come from a place of conflict, a place of tension, that it's really going to transform you into this beautiful, raw, true version of yourself. Now, if you are an Aquarius, this might speak fuller to you as well. And, you know, full moon is also all about release. So, you know, also think about what can you release this week, you know, to help you transition, to help you get to a place of being your realist self, of being honest with yourself and really showing the world who you really are. And I can see a lot of feminine energy here in who you might be reaching out to cope with this transition, or who might be supporting you with this transition. So in the Queen of Wands here, I can see, you know, the Wands energy is very passionate. And I can see that it's someone in your life who is, you know, maybe a very passionate person, very outspoken, feminine energy, so nurturing. They're going to kind of help you through this transition. They're going to want to push you to get through this so that you can be your realist self, so you can be your truest self. And, you know, as well as that, you might want to yourself embody this passionate feminine energy. You know, we are all capable of thriving. We all deserve to thrive and be our realist, truest selves. So I can see you embodying this passionate energy this week. You know, really nurturing yourself and standing up for what you believe in. Definitely standing up for your independence, your strength, thriving. Like, I can see how beautifully these two cards tie together. You need to embody that you deserve love, you deserve your passions, you deserve to feel like a queen. And that, you know, that's not gender specific. You just deserve to feel fantastic and loved. And I can see that once you kind of get through this difficult transition, and this transition might have been building over the last coming weeks, and this is the week where it really takes off and you see the most progress and the most change. Don't be scared to reach out to someone in your life who is, maybe they're quite a cutthroat person. They're the type of person who, if you were saying, you know, should I keep going out with this guy? He doesn't really message me very much. They're the type of person who'd be like, dump him. Get rid of him. They're very cutthroat. They're very passionate. But it's because they're passionate about you. They're passionate about the life that you should be thriving in. Okay? So reach out to that person or embody that energy yourself. Embody that fiery energy. And this person you meet might be a fire sign as well. So just think about that if you have any friends who are fire signs who you could reach out to. Now, in your final self-care card here, I can see that you are really being called to connect with animals this week. Kind of, if you have a pet, definitely, you know, scoop your pet up and give them a nice big cuddle. But I can see that you are being called to ground yourself with the earth and with nature this week. And in terms of the romantic kind of aspect, this might be, you know, maybe you go somewhere where there are animals romantically. Maybe you go on a date to a zoo or go to some kind of wildlife park together. I can see that that's kind of an aspect of this message. But also that, you know, you are going through this necessary transition, this transition that's going to be very transformative for you. But make sure that while you are kind of going through this difficult time, that you're still connecting with nature and grounding yourself. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget to settle, live in kind of the free spirit of the animals. Settle down, relax like an animal would in their natural habitat. Create this space like an animal where you would feel safe. But also, if you do have any pets, I can see that you are being called to reach out to your pets and give them a nice big cuddle. Or it might be saying that maybe this week look into getting a pet if it's something that you've been thinking about. So group number 2, this is the reading that I received for you. Very, very transformative week for you, very exciting. So please do leave me a comment down below with what resonated for you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and share it with someone else, and subscribe so you never miss a video like this in the future. And I look forward to seeing you on one of my upcoming videos. Hello group number 3, and welcome to your reading for the week ahead. So you chose the card Focus. Now you might have chosen this card because you need to find some focus this week, or because you are in a position of feeling very focused. And this picture is so beautiful here, so you might have also felt drawn to the picture, this kind of snow leopard here going out on an adventure on his own or her own. So, whatever drew you to this card, I'm very excited to get into your reading, but I can see how beautifully the word focus really ties into the messages that we've got here. And while you might have spotted kind of an elephant in the room over here, I can definitely see that this reading here is so is almost like a movement. It's like a continual kind of process. It's a journey. This reading is definitely a journey for you, group 3. So let's start with this 3 of Swords here. So I can definitely see in this 3 of Swords that it's really important this week that you kind of safeguard yourself from any stress or grief or anything that might be difficult for you this week, group 3. We all go through periods of stress, periods of feeling down, periods where something we can't control comes into our life and kind of upsets the balance in what we're going through. And I can see in this card you are being called to look out for anything that might make you feel down, and make sure that you are kind of safeguarding yourself from anything that will upset you in the long term. These minor arcana cards are kind of smaller things that we have influence over, things we can change. So I can see 100% in this card that while you might be facing something difficult this week, you might have been facing something difficult for a while, and this might be gaining momentum this week. It's important that you make an active choice, an active decision as to what you can do to protect yourself. What can you do to look after yourself, be kind to yourself in this time? And I understand that things that happen in life aren't always in our control. We can't always stop things from happening. We can't always change the outcome of things. But what you can do is make sure that you are prepared to look after and nurture yourself in this time. Make sure you are ready with the strength, pulling out the strength card here, the strength to face any problems that might be coming your way this week. So I can definitely see that you need to kind of embody this energy of strength this week. You are going to be facing something difficult. You might have known this is coming. You might be like, yep, I've seen that 3 of Swords. I knew that was going to pop up. But I can definitely see that you are being called this week to love and nurture yourself where you can. Make choices that ensure that you feel safe and protected and nurtured in a time where, it feels a little bit rocky. So in this strength card here, I can see that you need to kind of keep this calm attitude that the person in the picture here has got. Rather than kind of going in and slaying the problem, shouting at everyone, exploding it to bigger than it is, or making it even more of a catastrophe, creating chaos. I can see you need to draw strength from being calm. Draw strength from how you manage this situation. And I'm not expecting you to kind of be able to just get over it in a day if it is something that's very difficult. But what you need to do is make sure you are making the decision to look after yourself. What can you do in the lead up to this week to self-care? You know, what can you do in planning your week to ensure that you are prepared for anything that life might throw at you, you know, making sure that you feel loved and safe. So definitely embody this idea of strength, but strength from within, strength from kindness, strength from staying calm. There's so much confidence in people who are able to manage and diffuse situations. You know, we might always look at the arrogant people, the loud people, and think, oh, they're so strong. But really, it's the people who can diffuse. It's the people who bring a sense of calm. That's where your strength lies this week. So find strength in yourself, find strength in your energy. I can see that you're really being called to focus your energy back into yourself, back into ensuring that you feel calm and prepared and safe and loved this week. And tying that into your self-care card, which is alone time. I can see that you are definitely being called this week to make sure that you are giving time to yourself and, you know, not pouring all your energy into other people before then putting it back into yourself. You know, if we constantly give and give and give, which normally we do, especially if you're a very empathetic person, especially if you're the type of person who wants to help others, if that's just within your nature, make sure that you are actively making the decision this week to give yourself some time to yourself. You know, run yourself a bath, take yourself out of a situation where possible. And I understand it's not going to be easy for everyone. But where you can make those decisions, where you can put those things in place to give yourself some time to recharge, to give yourself some time with yourself, to love yourself, nurture yourself, that is really going to benefit you in facing anything that's a bit more difficult, facing anything that is going to cause you pain or stress. But definitely make sure that you are self-caring for yourself this week. Group number 3, you know, loving yourself and looking after yourself. And like I said, this isn't a wholly negative reading. I'm not here to just, you know, spew out all this negativity. Absolutely not. We've got the sun here. The sun is one of my favourite cards. It's so beautiful. The sun brings warmth, light, positivity, happiness. And I can see that, especially in the Chariot here, that in order to get to this place of warmth, of positivity, of happiness, you do kind of need to be quite assertive with what you want, assertive with your self-care, assertive with understanding that you have the choices to make in life, and don't let people just walk all over you. You know, in this situation that you're going to face this week, I mean, this is a minor arcana card. These are major arcana cards. So these are the big deals here, is that you need to start making sure that, you know, in strength, building your energy and building your confidence and self-esteem so that you're ready to take yourself to this place of sunshine, this place of warmth. You know, what kind of barriers are you setting up in the way that you present yourself, in the way that you let people abuse you, use you, and walk all over you? You know, you need to channel this strong energy, this direct energy this week. I can see that, you know, you chose the card focus. You want to have more focus. You want to make sure you can direct your energy into something at the moment. I can see that. And what the cards are calling you to direct your energy into is into making sure that you have the strength, you have the power and the ability to create the future you want. But you need to get on this chariot. You need to get on and stop letting other people, you know, like if a taxi comes and letting someone else get in the taxi before you. You know, stop kind of thinking that you need to make sure everyone else is happy before you are. It's like that analogy of if, you know, you're in a plane, like if a plane was crashing, you can't help anyone if you haven't put your oxygen mask on. If you're too busy trying to put someone else's on before yours, you can't help them. So make sure that you are being direct, sure of yourself, certain with yourself, that you are on the path to beautiful, beautiful endings of warmth and happiness. And I can definitely see here in the full moon in Leo card. Shout out if you are a Leo yourself. That one of the things that kind of stops you from channeling this energy of being direct, being assertive, is your pride. You know, what are people going to think of me? This ego that we build, this, you know, we're so scared, especially women, we're so scared to assert ourselves because we have to be nice. We have to, you know, like play a kind of role in society where we just go along with it. But there are aspects in life where you are letting pride kind of rule the way that you behave. You're letting your ego, the ego that tells you you're not good enough, the ego that tells you to stand down, to behave, you're letting that rule your life. Don't let your pride, the idea that what people are going to say about you, you know, what is so-and-so going to say if I stand up for myself? They're the people who are benefiting off you not standing up for yourself. So don't let pride stop you from getting to this place of asserting yourself, so that you can have the strength to carry forward your heart, your soul, and your, you know, your abilities, your talents to a place of happiness. Something's going to happen, and I can see this is going to be transformative. And by putting things in place that give you strength and making sure that you are, you know, saying, actually, no, I'm not going to do that extra piece of work because I've had a stressful week and I'm finding it difficult to deal with it and I can't do it. By putting that in place, by making that decision, by being assertive, that is how you are going to feel happy. We can't, like, as I said, we can't give our true selves to someone if we aren't full. You know, you can't give your energy to someone if it's not there, if it's wasted on someone else. So your focus this week, group 3, is on yourself. Your focus is to make sure that this week you are safeguarding yourself by being assertive, by having strength, by being calm in the way that you approach difficult situations. But remember that you've got the sun. You've got this beautiful, safe, positive ending to your week. So make sure that you are focusing on this. Focus on this sunshine that's waiting for you, and make sure that you are giving yourself the opportunity to reach it. So group number 3, this is the reading that I received for you. Beautiful reading, and I really look forward to you really loving and nurturing yourself this week. So please do leave me a comment down below with what resonated with you. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone else who you think might enjoy it, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And I look forward to seeing you in one of those upcoming videos.